Inflation has been on the news a lot lately because there's been a lot of information out there about what the feds are doing and how, the expectations on inflation are not aligned with what the Fed's expecting. So interest rates are getting increased. But at the end of the day, what really matters for you as a business owner is not necessarily the macros. Because let's be honest, the macros impact business, especially if you're in a very, very cyclical business, if you're in construction, if you're in other businesses where you can directly and immediately see the impact of inflation, then definitely pay attention to the macros. But if you are in a business or in an industry specific where you're not really able to immediately assess the impact of inflation, then you need to be putting more attention on the micros. And when you think about it, how does inflation specifically impact what is going on in your business today? And I have 5 KPIs that I talk about on this episode that are going to give you clarity on things that you can focus on. One of the ones that I talk about, which I think is the most important, is your gross profit margin percentage. Your gross profit margin percentage is basically taking your revenue minus the cost of sales or the cost of service, and that's going to give you your gross profit margin dollars. And then you're going to take that gross profit margin dollars and you're going to divide it by your revenue. That's going to tell you, as a percentage, are you making more money or less money on every deal or every product or every service that you're providing compared to a period of time. So for example, if you are a highly cyclical business, then you probably need to look at it over 6 months. But standard, if you say over the last 12 months, over the last 18 months, am I making more money on my deals or am I making less money on my deals? Because that's going to tell you if you have a cost problem. And if you do, then you can understand the root cause of that problem and you can understand how you need to fix it. Because at the end of the day, if you're just paying attention to the macros, it's not going to be the best indicator of where your business is. And you're going to end up behind the curve instead of being ahead of the curve. And so talk about gross profit margin, and there's other 4 KPIs that I share on this week's episode. So check out the full episode at the link in the bio or in the copy for the rest of the 4 KPIs that I share on this week's episode.